Hello students, I am Dr. Amit Bhatnagar, working as Senior Research Officer in the Department of Agronomy at GB Pant, University of Agriculture and Technology, Pantnagar, Uttarakhand. Here I will explain some different types of wheat. There is some confusion in the name, and these different type of wheats generally asked in different competitive examinations. So we should have clear cut idea and understanding about the different type of wheats. There are different type of wheats: winter wheat, spring wheat, durum, Indian wheat, Mexican wheat, genetically modified wheat, yellow wheat. These wheats are on the basis of a different category. So first type is winter wheat and spring wheat, and this categorization is based on their cultivation time or the growing season. In our country, wheat is grown in Rabi season, that is winter season, and generally this crop sowing started in the last week of October, and most of the wheat is sown in November, and it is also sown in December. And harvesting of this wheat is in April and May. So in our country, the main sowing season is winter season, and in winter season wheat is sown, and in Arabic word it is Rabi season. So generally we think that in our country winter wheat is sown. This is wrong. This is incorrect. In our country winter wheat is not sown. In our country this spring wheat is sown. Actually this winter and spring name are on the basis of season. Winter season starts in October and spring season starts in February. So that's why we think that since in our country wheat is sown in winter season, that's why in our country winter wheat is grown. तो जो हमारे विंटर सीजन है वो अक्टूबर नवंबर से स्टार्ट होता है और उसी समय हम गेहूं बोते हैं, तो हम ये सोचते हैं कि हमारी कंट्री में विंटर व्हीट की ग्रो किया जाता है, जबकि हमारा कंट्री में ऐसा नहीं है. इन अवर कंट्री स्प्रिंग व्हीट इज सोन. व्हाई देयर इज सो? So listen it very carefully and try to understand why there is so. Actually, in case of winter wheat, chilling requirement is required. Such type of wheat require a long cold period for its reproductive phase formation. So this chilling requirement is known as vernalization. Some crop require low temperature. Vernalization is requirement of low temperature for its flowering phase. If this low temperature requirement is not fulfilled, then crop remain in vegetative phase and doesn't convert into reproductive phase. And winter wheat, this category of wheat, this is not on the basis of the season. This winter is named on the basis of its temperature requirement. This winter wheat require vernalization, means low temperature. If there is no low temperature for a longer period, then crop remain in vegetative phase. So such type of wheat is grown in US, where there is a low temperature, and temperature requirement is about 0 to 5 degrees centigrade for about 30 to 60 days. If there is this temperature range 0 to 5 degrees centigrade, this is very low temperature range, persist, remains for 30 to 60 days period, then wheat crop turn into reproductive phase. So in US, this type of wheat sown in last week of September or in October or September, last week of September to mid-October, and then there is a very cold, very low temperature, and during the low temperature it remain in vegetative phase, and then this low temperature is about in the range of 0 to 5 degrees centigrade, okay, and for 1 to 2 months, then crop remain as such in vegetative phase. And in spring season, means after March, February, March, then temperature rises, then there is ear head emergence, means there is ear formation, then it come into reproductive phase, and then this crop is harvested very late, because during this phase, during this low temperature, during 1 to 2 months, it remain in dormant phase, but this low temperature is must, okay. then it is harvested in August and September. In August and September. So this crop duration is about 10 to 11 months. And in some area, this duration is about 12 months, 1 year. So in this country, duration is about 1 year. They take only one crop. And this temperature requirement is must. If there is no low temperature, then crop will not come into this reproductive phase. That's why such type of wheat varieties are called as winter wheat, which require low temperature. Vernalization is must. समझ लीजिए इसको कि विंटर व्हीट वो वैरायटी होती है व्हीट की जिनके लिए बहुत लॉन्ग पीरियड तक लो टेम्परेचर की जरूरत होती है, बहुत लो टेम्परेचर 0 to 5 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. और जब ये टेम्परेचर लॉन्गर ड्यूरेशन तक रहता है अबाउट 30 to 60 डेज, तभी जो है इनमें रिप्रोडक्टिव फेज स्टार्ट होती है, ईयर हेड इमरजेंस स्टार्ट होता है, तभी उसमें जो है ग्रेन फॉर्मेशन होता है. एंड ड्यूरेशन इज अबाउट 10 to 11 month and sometimes it is 12 month, that is 1 year. तो whole the year they take only one crop. So winter wheat कौन सा wheat होगा जिसके लिए लो टेम्परेचर चाहिए लॉन्गर ड्यूरेशन के लिए, अदरवाइज उसमें कोई फ्लावरिंग नहीं होगी. बट इन केस ऑफ स्प्रिंग व्हीट, नो सच लो टेम्परेचर रिक्वायरमेंट इज मस्ट फॉर reproductive phase. No vernalization is required. So in spring wheat, no chilling requirement is must. We sow the crop and then it come after a period it come into reproductive phase. So such type of wheat is grown in Asia, in India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan. So winter is required. Winter season low temperature is required, no doubt. Low temperature is required, but no vernalization is required. So there is a difference between low temperature requirement and vernalization. Vernalization is low temperature treatment to induce the flowering. This is very important, vernalization. तो इन जो स्प्रिंग व्हीट वैरायटीज होती हैं उनको वर्नलाइजेशन की जरूरत नहीं होती है, उनको केवल एक पर्टिकुलर लो टेम्परेचर चाहिए और वो ग्रो करती हैं और उसमें रिप्रोडक्टिव फेज होती है, लाइफ साइकिल पूरी जाती है. तो सच टाइप ऑफ व्हीट इज इन अवर कंट्री इज ग्रोन इन अक्टूबर नवंबर एंड हार्वेस्टेड इन अप्रैल एंड मई. सो ड्यूरेशन इज अबाउट 5 to 6 months. But in this case, duration is longer and there is a vernalization. So now it would be clear that what is the difference between winter wheat and spring wheat. So this nomenclature is not on the basis of season. तो ये नाम जो सीजन के बेस पे नहीं रखे गए हैं कि विंटर में बो रहे हैं इसलिए उसको विंटर कह रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं है. This nomenclature is based on low temperature requirement and this low temperature requirement is vernalization. Remember it. This vernalization. So winter wheat require vernalization, low temperature requirement for a longer period. Is it clear? So what is the difference between winter wheat and spring wheat? Spring wheat, एक normal low temperature is required and no such temperature requirement is necessary to induce the flowering. So now it would be clear that in our country which type of wheat is sown? Spring wheat is sown. This spring is, don't be confused with the season. ये spring season के नाम से नहीं है, ये इसके चूंकि इसको विंटर व्हीट के लिए लो टेम्परेचर चाहिए, बहुत ज़्यादा लो, इसको हमने इसके लिए विंटर बोल दिया है, और दूसरे को चूंकि बहुत ज़्यादा लो टेम्परेचर नहीं चाहिए इसलिए उसको स्प्रिंग बोल दिया है. सो दिस इज द डिफरेंस इन विंटर व्हीट एंड स्प्रिंग व्हीट. तो याद रखिए अपनी कंट्री में कौन सा व्हीट बोया जाता है? स्प्रिंग व्हीट बोया जाता है, विंटर व्हीट नहीं बोया जाता है. सीजन विंटर है लेकिन वैरायटीज कौन सी हैं? स्प्रिंग व्हीट वैरायटीज हैं जिसके लिए वर्नलाइजेशन मस्ट नहीं है. सो दिस वाज अबाउट द विंटर व्हीट एंड स्प्रिंग व्हीट. इस चीज को आपको ध्यान रखना है, कंपटीशन में पूछा जाता है, इंटरव्यू में पूछा जाता है, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स थिंक दैट हमारी कंट्री में विंटर व्हीट होता है क्योंकि इसको हम विंटर सीजन में ग्रो करते हैं. ये कंसेप्ट बिल्कुल गलत है. इस कंसेप्ट को समझ लीजिए कि ये जो कंसेप्ट है विंटर व्हीट स्प्रिंग व्हीट का, दैट इज बेस्ड ऑन वर्नलाइजेशन, लो टेम्परेचर रिक्वायरमेंट टू इंड्यूस फ्लावरिंग. Then another category of wheat is durum wheat, Indian wheat and Mexican wheat. This is very common and most of the students know about this durum wheat. This durum wheat is very old wheat and it botanical name is Triticum durum, and this is drought resistant. It can tolerate drought and it is hardy wheat. So that's why it is grown in dry tract in our country, durum wheat. And this durum wheat is also known as macaroni wheat and used for making pasta and making salmonella. सूजी जिसे हम कहते हैं, सूजी बनाने के काम आता है. It is drought resistant wheat. Okay, so this is Triticum durum and very old wheat. And Indian wheat is Triticum sphaerococcum. This is Indian dwarf wheat. And Mexican wheat is Mexican dwarf wheat Triticum aestivum. This is Mexican dwarf wheat, and in our country and in almost in the whole the world, most of the wheat is Triticum aestivum wheat, and it is known as common bread wheat. तो जो आजकल हम wheat यूज कर रहे हैं, जो varieties है कौन सी है, वो Triticum aestivum. So Indian wheat is not in cultivation practice, very little area under Indian dwarf wheat. Nowadays जो wheat variety डेवलप की जा रही है वो कौन सी सारी हैं, Triticum aestivum. So this is a difference in durum, Indian dwarf wheat and Mexican dwarf wheat, and this is common bread wheat, and this is making for flour. जो हम रोटी बनाते हैं, चपाती बना रहे हैं, किसकी बना रहे हैं, कॉमन ब्रेड व्हीट की बना रहे हैं. सूजी बना रहे हैं, सूजी है, पास्ता है, मैक्रोनी है, वो किसकी है, ड्यूरम व्हीट की है. ड्यूरम व्हीट इज हार्डी व्हीट, ड्राउट टॉलरेंट wheat, and it is very old type of wheat. Then another categorization of wheat is on the basis of grain color. So grain color is generally three types: grain color, red, white and yellow, amber color, which is known as amber color. But nowadays black wheat is very interesting wheat, black color wheat. The color of grain is black. It is very interesting. Actually, this black color wheat contains anthocyanin pigment. Anthocyanin pigment in the bran, which provide this black color. And this black wheat is rich in phenolic compounds, flavonoids, antioxidants. It is rich in protein, high protein content. It is also rich in vitamin K, dietary fiber and calcium. So it is very nutritive wheat. So ये wheat जो black wheat है, बहुत अच्छा wheat है, nutritive quality में है, और इसका production start हो गया है, black wheat. And this color is due to this anthocyanin pigmentation because of some phenolic compounds. So it contains high flavonoids, high phenolic compounds and antioxidant. और आप जानते हैं antioxidants हमारी डाइट के लिए बहुत जरूरी है, जो कि फ्री रेडिकल्स को डिस्ट्रॉय करते हैं. सो इट इज ऑल्सो रिच इन एंटीऑक्सीडेंट. देन दिस रेड, व्हाइट एंड येलो व्हीट. एक्चुअली दिस रेड व्हीट is contain some pigments, some phenolic compounds, high phenolic compounds which give this red color by reaction with the some browning enzymes. So phenolic compounds are there and they react with the enzymes, and then this red color appear. So this red color is due to phenolic compounds. Then white color of wheat has less phenolic compounds and less browning enzyme in the bran. So this color is due to the presence of pigments. So now you can understand that why there is a color. So the color is on the basis of the type of the compounds present. So in case of white color, less phenolic compound and less browning enzymes, that's why no red color appear. While in case of red color wheat, high phenolic compounds which react with the browning enzymes, and that impart red color. Then this yellow wheat. This yellow color is amber, sometimes known as amber color. Actually this amber is a combination of yellow plus orange, and this yellow color is due to carotenoids pigment, presence of carotenoids pigment, and this carotenoid pigment impart this yellow color, and mainly lutein is there which provide this yellow color, and this yellow color occur in durum variety, Triticum durum. So now you can understand why there are different type of color, because of anthocyanin, because of phenolic compound, and because of this carotenoid pigments, particularly lutein. So this may be asked in examination, why there is a different type of color and which compounds are responsible for the color. Then another type of wheat is genetically modified wheat. This genetically modified wheat actually is not under commercial cultivation. So this GM wheat is not grown commercially. This type of wheat is under testing, under trial with the protocols. So this wheat is not commercially available, but this type of wheat has been developed and is under testing, and it require approval for commercial cultivation, and nowadays it is not under commercial cultivation. अभी genetically modified wheat को farmers grow नहीं कर रहे हैं, इसकी testing चल रही है, under अभी trial है. And there are two type of genetically modified wheat. First one is Bioceres HB4. Actually Bioceres is an Argentina company which developed this Bioceres HB4, and this is drought resistant wheat. Drought resistant wheat, it can tolerate drought. So Bioceres HB4, and developed by this Bioceres. This Bioceres is company name. This is Argentina based company which developed this genetically modified wheat. Another is Mon 71800, and this is developed by Monsanto company. This is very famous company, and this is glyphosate resistant. Most of the genetically modified crop are glyphosate resistant, and wheat is also one of them, and its name is Mon 71800. So these are two important GM wheat. So remember these two names, may be asked in any examination. So this is for drought condition, and this is glyphosate herbicide resistant. Then another is rye wheat. Actually this rye wheat is a hybrid between wheat and rye. And this rye is not rye, R-A-I, it is not rye. This is rye belong to mustard family. This is not rye. This is a grass family, member of Poaceae family. It is a grass fodder crop, also produce a seed. So it is a cross between wheat and rye. Both are member of Gramineae family, and this hybrid is between two different type of crop. It is very interesting. It is Triticum aestivum. This is Triticum aestivum, and this rye, आप फिर समझ लीजिए जो राई है ये मस्टर्ड वाला राई नहीं है, ये RYE है, और जो मस्टर्ड वाला जिससे तेल निकलता है वो RAI होता है. एंड दिस इज सिकेल cereal. This is the botanical name of rye, Sickle cereal, and these are two different crop. Okay, but family is same, Poaceae. This is Triticum aestivum and this is rye. And this is pollen donor. It is the pollen. It is used as male and wheat is used as female. And then the name is triticale. Triticale. Triticale name is from this triticum. Actually, this is Triticum aestivum. Triticum aestivum. So triti is from here, triti, and kale from here. So this is triticale, and this triticale is man-made cereal. It is only man-made cereal, but this is sterile in nature. Okay, and its scientific name is written as this cross symbol and triticale. This is the botanical name. So this triticale is man-made cereal, hybrid between wheat and rye. Pollen donor is rye and female is wheat. Okay, so this is a hybrid between two different genus. So this is rye, wheat, and common name is triticale. Then another is super wheat. Actually, super wheat is not as such any type of wheat. When there is an additional or advantage trait in wheat, then it is termed as super wheat. So this super wheat scientists claim that it gives high yield. Some claim that it is resistant to stem rust, and some claim that super wheat is tolerant to drought condition. So whenever wheat possess some additional advantage character, then it is termed as सुपर व्हीट. तो सुपर व्हीट एक कोई पर्टिकुलर टाइप का व्हीट नहीं है. जब भी व्हीट की प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ जाती है या उसमें कोई एडिशनल ट्रेट आ जाता है जिससे एडवांटेज मिले, उसको सुपर व्हीट कहते हैं. तो जनरली जो प्रैक्टिस में है, सुपर व्हीट इज ड्रॉट रेसिस्टेंट. इट रिक्वायर less water and well adapted to Indian condition where temperature is high during temperature stress. It can tolerate high temperature stress during reproductive phase. So such type of varieties are termed as super wheat, and in Indian condition these conditions occur during reproductive phase. Means during March, high temperature is there, moisture problem is there. So if varieties survive and produce the yield, then such type of varieties are known as super wheat. Another is that varieties which give high yield, about 15 to 25% higher yield than existing varieties. If there is higher yield compared to existing varieties, then it is super wheat. And if it is resistant to, third maybe say that it is resistant to rust, stem rust, and particularly this UG99, Uganda 99, this is the strain stem rust, okay, very dangerous, lethal, and cause severe reduction in yield. So some varieties show resistant to this stem rust UG99, termed as super wheat. So if wheat has some additional advantage, then it can be termed as super wheat. Advantage in terms of disease resistance, heat tolerance, drought tolerance, higher productivity, then we can say it is super wheat. Okay, it gives a higher yield or advantage over existing varieties. Then this is buckwheat. Actually, buckwheat is not wheat. This is interesting that buckwheat is not wheat. This buckwheat is member of family Polygonaceae. It is not a member of Poaceae. This buckwheat is entirely different, and it is known as kuttu. एंड दिस कुट्टू का जो आटा है व्रत में खाया जाता है, वही कुट्टू है. कोटू जिसे हम कहते हैं, कोटू, ओके, एंड ऑल्सो नोन एज ऊगल फागर, एंड इट्स नेम इज फैगोपायरम एस्कुलेंटम, and this is dicot, it is not monocot, and it belong to family Polygonaceae. Interesting, very interesting. That name is buckwheat, but it is not wheat. Buckwheat is not wheat. It is entirely different, and its seeds are used as other cereal seeds are used. So this is used in फास्ट. जब व्रत होता है तो हम इसके आटे को खाते हैं, जिसे कोटू कहते हैं, कुट्टू का आटा कहते हैं, आल्सो नोन एज ऊगल फागर, उसको ये भी कहते हैं, दिस अदर नेम. एंड दिस इज फैगोपायरम एस्कुलेंटम एंड फैमिली इज पोलोगेनेसी. सो दैट्स व्हाई इट इज नोन एज स्यूडो सीरियल. It comes under the category of pseudo cereal. Pseudo means false. So it is false cereal under the category of pseudo cereals. Pseudo cereals are those crops which seeds are used in the same way as cereals are used. Cereal seeds are rich in carbohydrate and they are used by making its flour. Similarly, buckwheat seed is crushed and flour is made, and then it is used in the same way as a flour of other cereal is used. So this since it doesn't belong to family Poaceae, so that's why it can be used during fast. तो व्रत में इसको यूज करते हैं. ये स्यूडो सीरियल है, ये किसी तरह का कोई वीट नहीं है, कोई गेहूं नहीं है, ये एक अलग क्रॉप है, एंड इट इज ग्रोन इन सदर्न इंडिया एंड माउंटेन एरिया. और इसका जो नाम है कोटू, बहुत फेमस नाम है कोटू का आटा व्रत में खाया जाता है. ऊगल आल्सो नोन एज ऊगल फाफर, इसका अदर नेम है, एंड बॉटनिकल नेम इज फैगोपायरम एस्कुलेंटम. So don't be confused that buckwheat is wheat. No, buckwheat is not wheat. It is entirely different type of crop. It has no relationship with the wheat. इसका कोई wheat से कोई संबंध नहीं, बस इसका नाम ही buckwheat है, तो ऐसा लग रहा है कोई wheat है, अदरवाइज इसका कोई भी कैरेक्टर व्हीट में नहीं मिलता है, लेकिन इसके सीड को हम यूज करते हैं व्रत में आटा बना के. सो दैट्स व्हाई इट इज नोन एज सूडो सीरियल. सो दीज आर द डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ wheats. I hope you have understand about the different type of wheats on the basis of their cultivation practice. This winter wheat and spring wheat is very very important, and this name is on the basis of temperature requirement, not on the basis of the season sown. तो ये फिर से समझ लीजिए, विंटर व्हीट इसलिए उसको विंटर नहीं कहा जा रहा है कि उसको विंटर सीजन में ग्रो कर रहे हैं. विंटर व्हीट इसलिए उसको कहा जा रहा है क्योंकि उसके लिए फ्लावरिंग आने के लिए उसको लो टेम्परेचर, विंटर सीजन की लॉन्ग ड्यूरेशन की जरूरत है और लो टेम्परेचर की जरूरत है. सो दिस नेम इज नॉट ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द सीजन. ओके, तो ये जो विंटर व्हीट है अपनी कंट्री में कौन सा व्हीट हो रहा है? स्प्रिंग व्हीट हो रहा है, क्योंकि स्प्रिंग व्हीट को वर्नलाइजेशन की जरूरत नहीं होती है और यहाँ वर्नलाइजेशन की जरूरत है. इसको समझना बहुत जरूरी है. तो ये कंफ्यूजन मत रखिएगा कि winter wheat is sown in our country in winter season. No, in our country wheat is sown in winter season, but wheat type is spring wheat. Listen again, in our country wheat is sown in winter season, but its type is spring wheat because no chilling requirement, no vernalization is required for its flowering phase. So this was about the different type of wheats. Thank you very much.